So, Ghosteyes have arrived. Hello everyone, my name is Blackwatch, and just as I did with Wolfguard, I'm going to break down every operator in this squad and give you an understanding of why they were chosen, in my opinion. So if you like these R6 lore videos and you want to see more, then I've actually got a message for you from your dad.
Come closer, young one. It's time for you to subscribe to PRD Blackwatch. I love you.
Right, so after that heartfelt message, it's time to get into the operators, and we're starting with Caveira, the leader of Ghosteyes. No prizes for guessing why the woman who literally paints a skull on her face before missions is on the scary team. She's an expert in covert ops, surveillance and interrogation, and she's also got leadership skills that were fostered by Harry ever since her appointment as a team captain during the Invitational. She's a no-brainer for this position, and she's already overseen a number of successful Ghosteyes operations, from the infiltration and extraction of QCR consignment data to the capture and detention of Nighthaven's leader, Kali, or Gemini Kalimohan Shah for those who like the full names, from that very same place, Nighthaven's HQ in Singapore. If you don't know why she's in this squad, I really can't help you at this point. Glaz. In the art of sniping, the shot itself is mere moments in the wider scheme of things. It's the reconnaissance that comes before it which makes up the majority of the work. Having a specialist in both of these is exactly what a covert unit could ask for, and Glaz's additional expertise in VIP protection is a nice bonus to boot. Just in case certain individuals need to be taken to certain places to answer certain questions, after certain levels of persuasion, more than likely not that much persuasion, Glaz is a good guy to have on your side. Valkyrie is a veteran of the Navy's Information Dominance Corps, and it's safe to say that their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In covert ops, superior intel is everything. You're at a disadvantage when you find yourself in enemy territory, potentially within fully surveyed and fortified areas, and any intel you can scrounge back for yourself is a point in your favour. Valkyrie is full of that intel. Similarly, in a situation where the odds are stacked against you, effective counterintelligence can be a literal lifesaver. Vigil's knowledge of radar systems and stealth tech allow him to leverage the exploitable weaknesses of detection systems in his favour. Foot patrols can't be everywhere all at once, and if your cameras are your last line of defence in the intelligence battle, someone masking themselves to the sight of them might as well not be there. Until it's too late, that is. Now I saw some confusion over this one, much like I saw confusion over Bandit's inclusion in Wolfguard over Ghosteyes, but hear me out. She's been trained to conduct night parachute drops into hostile territory, she's completed SEER training, that's survive, evade, resist and extract, she's an expert in sabotage using improvised explosive, and she's had real world experience in managing to extract targets from hostile environments. Who do you think it is? It's Zofia. I know this isn't Wolfguard, but that doesn't mean you won't need to remove some people who know interesting things that you want to know, but who probably wouldn't RSVP your invitation to come willingly. Legion's expertise in seaburn defense, EOD and interrogation resistance makes him a varied operator in the field of covert operations. When infiltrating groups on the darker side of the terrorism spectrum, it's not unlikely that you'll encounter seaburn threats that would need a seasoned expert to neutralise. Similarly, fortified positions may well have a landmine presence that would also require some expertise to disarm, which he thankfully has. And for the last one, it pays to have someone who's incredibly resistant to interrogation in order to know what works best. Terrifying thought, but a thought nonetheless. Just like Vigil, Nokk's Hell Presence Reduction gadget wipes her from surveillance cameras, but it also has some acoustic dampening abilities to boot. Pair this with her past experience in deep cover within foreign theatres of war, and her background as a Maroon Beret Year-Corpset soldier, and you've got an ideal candidate for Ghosteyes. Nobody was surprised when they saw the veiled trooper walk in there. Warden is another operator a bit like Zofia, whose inclusion in Ghosteyes has been questioned by some, and I understand that on the surface, but here's my take. Warden is an unrivaled close protection specialist. He's a presidential bodyguard and has proven his quality by executing a safe extraction in the field with the then Secretary of State and now President Baldwin. Navigating through covert operations requires the ability to assess situations clinically and decisively, figuring out every where, when and how that will be asked of you with only moments available to deliberate those questions. Quick, calm thinking is the key, and Warden is an expert in it. Couple that with his glance glass's ability to see through smoke concealment, allowing him to navigate through obscured areas safely, and you have the perfect target extraction specialist. Plus, he's a charismatic and persuasive conversationalist, able to manipulate the people he needs to by appealing to their sensibilities, and can ensure that they follow the direction that he chooses when he's giving information. Probably not a bad skill to have in a team where interrogation might be on the cards. Not everyone responds as well to pain as they do to persuasion. You don't fall out of contact with your Special Forces unit for 2 years in enemy-occupied territory, only to reappear with intel so powerful that it single-handedly sets up the demise of an insurgency operation in the country if you're not a very good intelligence operator. Maverick, like other Delta Force operators, is the military equivalent of a chameleon, so it makes sense that he's in Ghosteyes.
Hey, buddy. He's not here to fuck spiders, but he is here to turn your intel gadgets against you. Alright?
The ability to not only deny enemy intel, but also to actively turn it in your favour is exactly what the Pest offers. Pair that with Mozzie's experience in raids and scouting, and it's easy to see why he's in the spooky crew, even if he's a little bit loud. Yana's Gemini replicator is like a stealth multi-tool. Want to distract someone? Gemini. Want to get a closer look at something without getting shot? Gemini. Want to sneak through hundreds of traps without being detonated immediately? Gemini, but just make sure that you have a quick look so that your real self doesn't moonwalk into them anyway after the fact. Flores' entire gig is being a sneaky bastard. He made a career of being the Argentine Robin Hood, but with less Sheriff of Nottingham and more evil, organised crime lords. He has the lived experience in infiltration against well-organised and well-defended targets to make him indispensable to Ghosteyes. Solis' career has been steeped in intelligence work, both on the books as a counterintelligence operative for Colombia's National Intelligence Directorate, and off the books as she performed vigilante investigations into systematic corruption, actually implicating numerous officials in a trafficking ring which resulted in a massive crackdown. If she can achieve that on her own through the dark web, just imagine what she can do with Rainbow's resources behind her. And last, but certainly not least, Sam Fisher. What can I really say about this one? Zero is a man who has single-handedly saved the world from utter disaster on numerous occasions. Sure, he had his team over comms, giving him as much help as they could, but he was still the one in the suit, grabbing the bad guys, and usually not even pulling the trigger. The only traces he would leave after his work would be the bruises on his interrogated victims' necks and their chronic fear of the dark that came with it. Unlike many of Rainbow's stealth operatives, death wasn't Sam's trade. It was an occasional obligation, where his real focus lay was in the ability to be a ghost. Like a sliver of glass, small, sharp, and nearly invisible, Sam gets in, completes the mission, and gets out as if he was never there, minus a few unexplained headaches. Where the other operators are excellent openers, Sam Zero Fisher is the main event of the evening. So, hope this was a little effective breakdown for you. Actually, it wasn't as long as I thought it was. This is like a 1200 word script, and I kind of pushed through it, and I said script. Anyone who plays DRG is probably sitting there going just now, but hopefully not too many of you, because otherwise you're going to have some very dusty throats. So, hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. This was a fun one to make. I'm going to make something, I don't know, I had something in mind and I've completely forgotten it. There will be more videos. Subscribe to PRD Blackwatch for more R6 lore. The good stuff. The stuff I can think of. But I forgot. Sorry. Have a good week. No, rest of the week. Or weekend. Or start of the week. Depends when you watched it. I'm going to cut this out anyway. Double watching you, everybody. Bye bye.